Huge news in the Telegraph now, Lewis, and Scots have defied pricing policy to assert their primacy in alcohol-related deaths.
It doesn't seem like that many. 1,276 people died last year of alcohol. Most of them are men, but still a lot of them are women, and which is 31 more than the year before. And Scotland is saying, but if we didn't have this pricing strategy, we'd have a lot more, which reminded me very, very similarly of what they said about COVID. They said, nobody's dying, but people would have died if we hadn't done what we supposed to do.
It is quite interesting to me that it's gone up significantly, but it's only gone up for women. The number of men dying is exactly the same, and still more than the women, but the women have defied the pricing, whereas the men have ignored it, I suppose.
But I hadn't added the price in, because I thought it was just this sex-based issue of, historically through the 90s and onwards, women have been catching up with the men in terms of certain behaviours, including drinking, and I think you're going to have to wait a couple of decades until it kills you, and I thought maybe that's what we're seeing now. I hadn't thought about the fact that maybe they were just spending their husband's money.
No, you're probably right. I mean, I suppose alcohol-related deaths are, generally speaking, chronic illnesses rather than people getting drunk and killing themselves in accidents. But it does seem that, I don't know at what point they do expect this to have affected behaviours, but there's been no evidence so far that it's had any significant improvement.
There were 31 studies that said there was either no improvement or they couldn't tell if there was an improvement.
I mean, I think it's hard to know quite what would happen, but I would suspect, obviously, Edinburgh and Glasgow are probably, further south. You can get across the border. There's going to be access to. I don't know exactly call it, like duty-free, essentially. Do you know what I mean?
England, coming
into England, where the same measures are not taking place. Or little workarounds. I mean, alcoholics are notoriously cunning, when it comes to getting to their fix, as indeed are all drug addicts.
And I have a question, which is, how can they tell who died of alcohol-related things? Because if most of the population is drinking, and such a large percentage of the population have fatty liver diseases or diabetes, or cancer. These are diseases they could have died of cancer.
But those are the ones that you wouldn't know. But when on the death certificate the cause of death is cirrhosis of the liver, and the doctor has said it's caused by drinking, because it's not the first time the doctor would have seen these people. The GP would know if someone's got a drinking problem.
I think so.
You can short.
And unless they've changed the criteria by which they judge it, then you kind of go, well, whatever criteria they're using here, then they're still using the same criteria here, and it's gone up. So I think I get what you mean. Alcohol abuse is rarely in isolation from an otherwise excellent diet and a good fitness regime.